What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming to the channel, the Attainable Dreams channel, where we post these videos every goddamn day. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, follow, comment below some videos that you want to see. Today, we are talking about sponsorship. Now, a sponsor is someone that you find in a 12-step program, but throughout talking about what is a sponsor, what does a sponsor do, and what we're going to be doing with our sponsors today, I want you to keep in mind that you don't have to work a 12-step program. You don't have to work a 12-step program, or when you're reading this, if you don't have a sponsor, you don't decide to do that, you can compare this to somebody else. You can think of someone else, a mentor, a coach, a parent, sibling. You can just put whoever you want who's going to give you good, solid guidance and information in the place of a sponsor. Today, we're going to be talking about gratitude, sponsorship, all types of stuff. Now, a sponsor, just to bring you up to speed with where we're at, is a person in recovery who works the steps, goes to meetings, has a sponsor, kind of just like a person who has a certain amount of clean times, usually a year. Now, anybody can be your sponsor. It doesn't have to have these qualifications. These are just suggestions so that you have someone who can give you good information. A sponsor is someone, their only job is to kind of bring you through the steps. If you're interested in learning more about sponsorship, you can go to Google, type in sponsor NA, and there's an information pamphlet out there for free. There's a lot of free information out there, including this, to tell you what a sponsor is. Now, the way you're supposed to use a sponsor, kind of like just a person, the suggestion is call them every day for 30 days. So you call the sponsor every day for 30 days. It's not like a long therapy session. It's just a check-in. Hey, how's it going? If you have any desire to use, you're supposed to call this sponsor. And then they're supposed to give you assignments to do, usually calling them every day for 30 days, doing like a 10-step daily inventory, which is just like asking yourself questions about the day. They also may have you tell you to just like an encourager or a coach. That's all a sponsor is. And it's a person who was in active addiction and is now in recovery. They seem to be pretty successful at it. Some things that you hear people say in the rooms, 12-step program rooms, or if you don't have the best sponsor in the world, get a new one. Also, your sponsor is not your banker, your relationship therapist, or anything like that. Their only job there is to take you through the steps. Some other things I hear about sponsorships is you can't sponsor yourself. All right, so those are just some introductions to sponsorship. Comment below, do you have a sponsor? Do you have the same sponsor, different sponsor? The sponsors that I've had have changed throughout my course of time. The first sponsor I had helped me with, and they changed, dude. You want sponsors for different things. I wanted a sponsor who was cool at first, who everybody liked, so that I could be like cool. And then the more I stayed in recovery, the more I wanted like a serious sponsor who can really fucking guide me for real on things that I actually need to do these steps, dude. That was the way I started. I was like, I actually need to fucking do these steps, and I need someone who's gonna do it with me the right way. So comment below if you want to know more about my experience with sponsorship. Maybe I can learn about what your experience with sponsorship is, or who is your sponsor today. So, but without further ado, let's get into this. So listen up. It is January 9th at fucking 7:08 in the morning. If you hear a baby crying, Juniper's just hanging out in the other room. So once I'm done with this, I got to go pick her up and get her ready for the day. Returning our sponsor's kindness. So now you're learning what a sponsor is. This whole thing is about returning the kindness that the sponsor so freely gave to us. Listen here. Our earliest involvements with others often began with our sponsors. So often, some of the first interactions we have on an intimate level involve that with our sponsor, Our sponsor can be an abundant source of recovery information, wisdom, and loving words. Notice how it specifies recovery, okay? These sponsors may not be, money wisdom. They might not have wisdom with money information. They may not have loving money to offer you, okay? But as far as recovery information, maybe not health information, health wisdom, or health loving words, but they do, and they are an abundant source of recovery information, wisdom, and loving words, okay? Like a therapist is an abundant of information on how your brain works, mental health, or whatever the case may be. They have all this fucking information. That's the source, and that's why they're there. Now, understand that there's no guidelines to be a sponsor. Like, anybody can really be a sponsor. There's not like a certificate or like a degree that you get, any education you need to be a sponsor. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing who your sponsor is. Just think about that. You want to be selective with your sponsorship. They've done so much for us. Listen here. They've done so much for us, from the late night telephone calls to the hours spent listening to our recovery writing. They've believed in us and invested their time to prove it. Dude, sponsorship is that, you know what I mean? So on those late night calls when you have a desire to use, call your sponsor and they're going to listen to you. They're going to offer suggestions, help walk you through it. They believed we could stay clean when most people may not have, you know. My job as a sponsor is to believe that you can stay clean, give you the wisdom that you need to stay clean, the information that you need. And to prove that, I answered these calls. Like, as a sponsor, I'm proving that I give a fuck about you by answering the calls, by talking to you, by not hanging up, you know. And likewise, that my sponsor did that to me. So the only reason that I'm able to do that to someone else is because someone had done that to me, and I know what it feels like, and I know how important it is and how much it actually helped. That's like what the 12th step does. From having a spiritual awakening as a result of having a sponsor, I know how much it helps and how important it is to other people. So I give away what was so freely given to me. Okay, let's get back into it. Listen up. They've lovingly and firmly shown us how to be honest. Not why to be honest or where to be honest when, but how to be honest. Their boundless compassion in times of turmoil has given us the strength to go on. Dude, listen to how much the fucking sponsor helps. They're saying that the lovingly and firmly shown us how to be honest. Like, bro, you need to tell the truth. It's just what you got to do. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. Encouraging, compassionate. Their boundless compassion in times of turmoil has given us strength to go on. Dude, when you hear a sponsor say some shit, and that's why you picked them to say that shit to you when you call them and you're freaking out, and they drop that like recovery bomb on you, you're just like, yeah, you're right, you know? Listen up. Their way of helping us has prompted us to see our answers within ourselves. We're no longer searching for answers outside of ourselves. Our sponsors help us show and prompt that the answer is inside of ourselves. Then, if you heard the fucking video we did yesterday, this is tying up with that. So once our sponsor shows us that we have it inside of ourselves, then we become mature, responsible, confident individuals as a result. So what our sponsor is doing is showing us that we have the answer. And if you have any more questions about this, go to Growing Up in Recovery. It's the video I posted yesterday. We talked all about this, how when we seek, our spiritual condition is maintained, and we are maintaining the responsibility it takes to condition ourselves spiritually, which involves honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, which we can practice with a sponsor. When we start doing that and practicing that in that affair, just specifically the sponsorship area, we become mature, responsible, and confident individuals as a result of that. And that's like science, dude. Like, that's why therapy works, motherfucker. You understand that, right? Like, the more you talk with a therapist, just a therapist, the more they're going to keep you looking inside of yourself, and you're going to be like, I can do this. I can maintain this responsibility. Mature, responsible, confident individuals. You're doing the same thing for free with a sponsor. Totally confidential. No fucking HIPAA or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So that is how you're basically doing therapy just for free with some person you met in a meeting and they really give a fuck about you. And through that process, we mature into responsible, confident individuals. All right, so let's get into the next paragraph. Listen up. Though our sponsor has given so generously and has never demanded repayment, there are things we can do to show our appreciation. So, I mean, you're listening to this like, wow, this person's doing this for free. This is fucking crazy. There's people out there. This is really what happens. And it's like, yeah, man. And then as you work that, you're like, dude, what can I do to pay this person back? And here we're going to get into the things you actually can do that are going to demonstrate your gratitude and appreciation. One, we treat our sponsor with respect. So you're not treating your sponsor disrespectfully, calling them a piece of shit, go fuck yourself, things like that. You know what I mean? Treat your sponsor the way that you would want to be treated. Treat your sponsor as if they were a parent. That's the way I actually got a sponsor that was way older than me, like the same age as my dad. So I treated them with respect. I wasn't fucking disrespecting them or no shit like that. But at the same time, I was questioning them. It gave me the opportunity to be honest and like ask questions to better understand it. So we treat our sponsors with respect. It says here, dude, they're not trash cans designed for us to dump our garbage in. They have their times of trial just as we do, and sometimes need our support. So that's interesting to say. There's still individuals, bro. They still struggle with their addiction the same way that you do, bro. They still go through these same problems. So maybe reminding them that, hey, we're here if you ever need to talk, or checking on them. Hey, what's going on? You know, today I'm just checking on you. I'm not here to call you and tell you how I'm doing. I'm here to listen to you and see how you're doing. They are human, have feelings, and appreciate our concern. Maybe they would like to receive a card in the mail or a phone call expressing our love. Yeah, I guess you could send them a card in the mail, dude. That would be I would be blown away if one of my sponsees sent me a card in the mail. I'd be like, how the fuck did you get my address, dude? But yeah, bro, I mean, anything, a phone call, text, email, fucking buy them something. Just ask them for their address and just send them a fucking gift, dude. You know, I love doing that shit. And bro, this isn't just limited to our sponsor. Again, if you don't have a sponsor, do this for someone. These are just ways that you can be nice to people, bro. Treat them with respect. They have feelings. Maybe fucking send them a card. Maybe fucking express some love. Yo, appreciate you, dude. I fucking love you. You know what I mean? Whatever you do to return your sponsors, friends, therapist, teacher, coach, whatever you do to return their kindness will enhance our personal recovery. So it's going to make you feel better. Don't worry about how it makes them, because we're not taking their inventory. We're taking our own inventory. I'm doing this because I know it'll make me feel better. It'll get me outside of me. Not to mention the joy we will bring our sponsor. So it's a win-win situation. We feel good. They feel good. Everybody fucking wins in this situation. So just for today, my sponsor has cared for me when I couldn't care for myself. Today, I will do something nice for my sponsor. So keep in mind that that is what the sponsor does. Like, there was a time where we couldn't guide ourselves. We couldn't afford a therapist. We couldn't do any of these things. And our sponsor, for free, gave us all the information we needed to become mature, responsible, confident individuals. And at a time when we couldn't fucking do it and nobody wanted to help us do it, this person was there for us. And I mean, if anything that we can do to return, just to not even to return it, because again, we've gone through repayment. Like it says here, though our sponsor has given so generously and has never demanded repayment. We're not focused on repaying them. We're just focused on doing something nice for them. And dude, it could be anything, bro. Like, again, buying them something, saying nice things to them, making them something, fucking There's a lot of things. Comment below what you do with your sponsor. I want to know what you guys do with the people you love in your life, and right below so that we can have more information about this. But yeah, that's what it is. So just for today, we're going to learn about how to return sponsors' kindness. I hope you guys appreciate the video. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff right now so you don't miss another one. On January 11th, buy your tickets for Laughing Skull in Atlanta, Midtown. I'll be performing stand-up comedy there. So make sure you get your tickets, or stay tuned. Tell people about my fucking page. What more do you want to see? Dude, anything. Fucking love you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Take care.